What is going on, guys? We're going to do a little bit different video today. Might be a little bit more cuts than usual. Got birds making noise, planes are flying over as usual. But today, we're going to put airbags under the Cadillac. Yeah. Don't close the video out. You probably already seen by the thumbnail. We got a jack. This thing's pretty cool. It's a little airbag jack. VEVOR, I believe is how you say it, or VEVOR, one of the two. I build lowriders, don't pronounce words. Yeah, this thing is a triple bellow bag. We're gonna put it under here and see what we can do. I gotta swap tires around, get my 3-wheel tire on. Yeah, we'll see what it does. I got some other projects I got to run through too, so we'll see what we can get done today. So this is what we're working with. Shows it can lift 3 tons. I'm sure I'll eventually put that to the test. Today is not the day. I just got to kind of do some routine maintenance on my car. But I think this will save us a lot of trouble, especially when it comes to getting something low to the ground and only being able to jack up a quarter turn at a time. So I think this will really speed up the process. All right, first let's lift it up with hydraulics. So I'm going to throw me a little bit of cardboard down the ground. The ground's wet, I'm tired of being wet and cold. Check out the Cadillac logo. Fun fact, VEVOR actually reached out to me and offered me a pressure washer. And seeing as that, I just bought a pressure washer. I'm glad they reached out to me and told me about that because I can actually use this way more in a pressure washer. So yeah, they sell all kinds of tools. So go check them out. Got a link in the description. We're going to get to lifting this thing up. So it's got a few different spots where you can put your jack. I'm going to put it in its lowest jack setting. This is kind of how I transport it around. It's fairly lightweight, which is awesome. Definitely better than my big old honking jack. I think this one will lift up higher, which will definitely make it be used a lot more. That's one thing I'm not happy about. I could have it lower, but we can't push it. It was on a lead, so I was wondering. I said, that thing didn't even scrape the ground, which is pretty sweet. But the lead was under there. We'll just hook our air up. Get her centered. Kind of lift it up a little bit. You got a green valve and a red valve. Green's for go, red's for no. Get her centered under the belly. That looks pretty good. Send it. So now the compressor shut off. We got up in there, kicked over the side a little bit. That had me alarmed. After doing some research, there's actually we got a brace inside. Keeps it from not completely toppling over. That's about as high as she can go, which is plenty high enough for me to rotate the tires. That was kind of one of the main things I wanted it for in this instance. I'm going to set it on jack stands. I'm not going to rely on a bag to support it. But apparently, with that valve closed, you can take your line off. So that's good. Like I said, you got an inlet, and you got an outlet. It's got a pressure blow-off valve there too, which I just noticed. I guess if it was overweighted, it'd blow that off. Kind of let you know, hey, you're lifting up too much weight, so that's kind of a good thing. Yeah, we're going to throw some jack stands under this. I'm going to knock these tires off, swap them around, and definitely make some short work of this. Lifts it up high enough to get a jack stand under there, so that's pretty sweet. Get this one knocked off and run it over to the other side. Believe it or not, this thing has over 1,000 miles on its tire, which is pretty surprising for a lowrider. And just now starting to get some wear on the edge. Still got plenty of life. I really should rotate to the back and rotate them around. That's kind of usually how I do it, but I'm going to just swap the front. This is my newer tire. As you can see, it doesn't have no wear on it, but it is getting the sidewall ate up a little bit. 3-wheeled a few times, but a brick will take care of that. So we're going to get this one swapped over to the driver's side so we can get as much life out of it as we can. Yeah, them rims are chewed up. That's what happens when you 3-wheel really high. Put you a little bit of grease on your knockoff threads. That way save you a headache later on. Some say you don't need it. I say you do. At least I say I do. I've been down that road before. It is not fun. And now for the cool part. We'll open our little red valve and let her on down. That was a green valve. You can open it too. Both valves, let it deflate all the way. The red valve, you got a little muffler on it, help keep it a little quieter. Probably restricts the flow a little bit more, I would assume. That way the car doesn't just come crashing down. That's why I kind of opened it all the way up just to see what it'll do. This car's handled being crashed on the ground a few times. I don't think it'll hurt it. But it did good. It did pretty slow. I like it. I like it a lot. There's a little bit better shot of the valves I was talking about. That's your exhaust. That's to lift it. The only thing I don't really care for, I'm sure there's probably a better way to open that up. It's kind of a pain to get to. I know you might be thinking just put it over here. Well, you do that, then you have to open it down. Plus you can accidentally hit it. So I'm sure they kind of thought about that. But either way, I mean, if you have an airline hooked up to that, you can leave that open. Open that up, and as it's going down, shut that off. It's probably how they intended to do it. I didn't read the instructions, but either way, it works fine. Like I said, it was pretty cool. You can take the airline off, you ain't got to worry about nothing. So that's a pretty little nifty feature. The only thing I may see a little bit of trouble with is the height. It is a little bit higher than my regular jack, so I don't think I'll be able to get that under a reinforced differential, but should be able to get under a stock differential fine. So I definitely think it'll come in handy. Plus, cycling the suspension, I think this is going to be awesome for that. Like I said, cars where I don't have a lot of room and I guess you got to jack up a little bit, this will definitely excel over that. I'm on a project right now that I'm actually take this down there and cure that problem. So that should work out well also. I'll get you a little measurement of the collapsed height. That's down all the way. Got a little RC airplane flying too. I'd say 5 3/4. It might be 6. I guess I should probably throw a level on there. I'd say 6 inches. So 6-inch collapse height. Let's see what the max raise height is. And maximum height, looking about 17 3/4. Now that will vary with the weight of your vehicle. Heavier car probably won't lift up as high. Unless you really send the air pressure to it. I'm sure it has a max rating. I'll kind of check into that. I used 120 psi on this, and that's what you guys seen it lift the car off the ground at. So all in all, I think this would be a pretty handy little tool. Assembly, super easy. I mean, really, if you can't assemble this, you don't need to be taking tires off of the car. As I said, I didn't really read the instructions too much. The only thing I really looked at the instructions for was seeing how to hook the valves up. I was pretty sure how to do it, and I was correct. The thing that threw me for a loop was the airline. Couldn't figure out where it was. It was wrapped around the bag. Once I read the instructions, I was like, oh, idiot. Yeah, super easy to put together. Pretty much hand tools. I have a 8-gallon air compressor. As you see, I jacked it pretty much all lit before it even kicked on. So that was pretty good. I let the compressor fill up with air. I lifted it again. It lifted it maybe ½ inch more after that. So if you got a small air compressor, it works good with that. The shop, I got a big air compressor, so definitely no problems down there. But I know a lot of people probably don't have a big air compressor, so kind of give you your reference of what will work good with this. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate VEVOR for sending that out. It's a pretty sweet little tool. Check out the link in the description if you want to go get one. Like I said, they do have other tools also, so definitely check that out. Hopefully I'll be working with them a little bit more in the future and test some more stuff out. I always love tools, so you can't go wrong with that. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with this so far. We will definitely be testing it through the years. It will be making many appearances. Like I said, I already got quite a few more things lined up for it. I definitely feel that traveling suspension, mocking up suspension up and down all day, that's going to come in play pretty good there. I definitely saved my arm from jacking up and jacking a bunch of times and dropping it and jacking it back up. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm gonna end it here. Appreciate you guys watching. As I said, remember, you won't know what you can do till you try. And you go out there and jack up your ride. Thanks again for VEVOR for sending this out to me. Check them out, give them a like, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.